It starts in your mind before it starts in your stack. How to stack silver and gold faster. Here we go.
Ooh.
Poor old Papa is at it again with the first. First class thousandaire all the way. Pull up a hot cup, friendo. I got mine. Talking about a coffee. And I need it. I gotta wake up. I got a lot to go over with you. So early, before my 11-hour shift at work. I hope you're ready for some pondering, cause it's time for another thousandaire radio video. Even I binge watched them. Cheers to you, friendo. All right, it's the second weekend in February, so I've added another $150 to the gold fund. If you're new here, I buy a 1.2 troy ounce gold containing Mexican 50 pesos centenario every 6 months. Not easy, but not impossible. These are my guardian angels, and I can't wait to get a roll. Well, I may have to wait. Also, each week I buy an old silver dollar, at least 100 years old. And I usually do not spend this much. But as you already may know, I treated myself to a 1921 peace dollar. I think this is silver dollar week 86. Oh, if you could, friendo, please hit that like button. I love watching the likes go up while I'm at work all day. And it grows the channel. Make me a big channel. Make this channel as big as those other guys. And just watch what I do when you have my full attention. Oh, and I'll never take sponsorship from bullion dealers or mining companies. So if I should have an opinion on silver or gold, it will actually be my opinion, unswayed by the merchants. I like what they do, but I don't want them in my show. For those of you who wanted to see, I'm trying to give you a really good look at this peace dollar under some light. So we'll take a fairly quick look at this, and I'm going to go over a list conjured up by the ChatGPT again. I asked the ChatGPT, give me a list of ways to save money faster, cause that's what gold and silver are. Money. All right, let's speed through this. If you hear anything that inspires you, or something that's wrong, or something that you may want to chime in on, please comment below. Don't sit idly by. Help the others. Your opinion is more valuable than you think. And I always love reading comments about this peace dollar. I paid $125 for it at my local coin shop. Sorry, I love the sound of a capsule. Oh, also, I have a comic book unboxing at the end of the video if you would like to see that. I saw a comment yesterday, somebody wanted to see the gold coins I filmed. Listen to me, filmed. Recorded with my phone. All of Thousandaire Radio is just a guy who works a crummy job and his phone. Anyone could do this if you really wanted to. And you're willing to put in the work. And it is work, so I hope you hit that like button. Okay, anyhow, somebody wanted to see these in slow motion. I see the comments, I just don't always get there right away. So enjoy the slow motion gold as we go over the list. The ChatGPT says, here's a list of ways to save money faster. Cut unnecessary expenses. I know, cutting doesn't sound like fun, but when you get rid of something, you're really adding something. Think about that. We're not just going over cuts, but we'll do it quickly. And then move on. They are important. 1. Cancel unused subscriptions, streaming, magazines, gym memberships, etc. Fun fact, you don't need to go to a gym to exercise. Another fun fact, I'm kind of fat right now, so don't listen to me. But I am trending in the right direction. And I need to be doing it faster. Extra pounds of fat are unhealthy. And just because everyone else is fat these days does not make it better. I may have lost my way, but I kept my shame. And shame is the guiding light that may bring me back. You may think it's unrelated to stacking, but it's hard to wealth without your health. All right, here's another pie hole related cut. Reduce dining out. Cook at home instead. Meal prep can help. Pretty much all restaurants use seed oil. They call it vegetable oil, but it's seed oil. And newsflash, not only Chinese restaurants use MSG. And you're likely getting a bunch of sugar too. And preservatives. Let's face it. Lots of restaurants aren't really restaurants anymore. They're just reheating up pre-prepped food. From a factory, made by a scientist, not somebody's little grandma. And these days, the service is mostly bad, and let's not forget, it's expensive. There's other ways to be social. Be creative, all right? Think of something. Not that, though. Not restaurants. Especially if you can drive your car through it. What a dump. I don't even need to know which restaurant it is. It's a dump. And that wasted cash would look a lot better on you as a gold coin. Or a steak from the grocery store. Which is roughly the same price pound for pound as the garbage from going out. Yeah, so there. That's how I really feel. You know, I'm just gonna skip this list of cuts and tell you my cuts. If I eat something or drink something that's not water, it comes from the grocery store. And I mostly try to stay to the perimeter. But the grocery store is not just about health. It mostly is about wealth. I brew my own coffee, I put it in a thermos, I take it to work each day, instead of going to shops and drive-thrus. I did the math, and it's over $2,000 a year that I save, and that's not including the time, plus the coffee is a higher quality. And remember, better food is not just about your weight, it's also about your brain. Nutrient-dense food is good for the mind, and the mind is good for stacking. Speaking of the mind is good for the stacking, here is improvised number 3. maybe don't be such an addict. I know. Easier said than done. What do I mean by it anyway? You can probably guess I mean the obvious ones. Drinking, smoking. Look, I'm not here to ruin your fun, all right? But if you do the math, not the meth, the math, you are likely stacking gold coins already. You're just doing it in the form of bottle caps and cigarette butts, which not only cost you the gold coins you could have, but they're probably going to cost you in health later. And we're not just talking about drinking and smoking. It could be anything that draws you into excess or into undesirable outcomes. These things may not be so obvious to you if you don't have any goals. But if you do have goals, everyone should have goals. Then addictive behaviors stand out like a sore thumb because it becomes obvious it's taking you off the path you have chosen. And if you choose to bite off more than you can chew in purchasing some big gold coins, it will become very obvious what is not necessary and what is. Years ago, I did bars for bars. It's something I made up. Instead of going to the bar, which I did often, I would buy silver bars instead. It was crazy. I would spend a lot and tip a lot. And often. But then, I would just drink on my porch. Instead, still bad, but cheaper. And later, I would go to the coin shop to spend that excess cash. That was so painful to hold on to. But the silver, that was not so difficult to hold on to. If you have a hard time holding on to cash, and many of us stackers do, then buying some silver, buying some gold, even with some premiums, it doesn't really matter because you'd have blown the cash anyway. And if some silver and gold help you hold on to some money, I don't see anything wrong with it. And remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm just advising you to think. You're probably smarter than me anyway. I went for IQ testing one time and I only scored 66. I was so upset and angry, I stormed out of there, except I stormed out into the restroom. I couldn't even find the exit. I finally went home, I watched Jeopardy. I didn't know the question for anything. Threw the remote at the TV. Because that's what you do when you can't think. You break things. Oh, speaking of smash, could you smash that like button, friendo? I know, I keep asking, but just in case you didn't already, I appreciate you coming by and looking at these gold coins and listening to my ramblings. Oh, and before I go to the next one, if you think foregoing many fun things to stack gold coins is very boring, I can tell you, if you can manage to wean off many addictive things, well, happiness does return. To be fair, I'm already up in the years a bit, and it's not all about fun with me, but just not suffering so much. I really enjoy me some just not suffering so much. All right, what's another way you can stack silver and gold faster? Number 5, earn more cash. If you don't work much already, well, you could work some more. Why not pick up an extra part-time job? Everybody's doing it. I mean, they probably just want to eat and survive, but you could do it for some more gold. Why not? You could even get a fun part-time job. Go rip tickets at a movie theater. You probably watch free movies. Talk to others about what you saw. And go spend that little paycheck on some more precious metals. Heck, if you're already working, nobody said you can't just go get a better job. I could do that, but I like my job. Plus, I'm building this YouTube channel. That's right, I work at least a couple hours every morning before work. And right now, I'm earning about $100 a month. Wow, I'm like a tech sweatshop worker. But I don't think there's really like a ceiling on this. I think it could just keep growing. What will I do with the extra cash if it starts coming in? The main thing is ease out of my job and work on this even more. Whatever this is. As far as myself, I don't really want much material. Other than maybe a vault full of coins to swim in like Scrooge McDuck. Other than that, there's only so many ribeye steaks I can eat. I don't think I need many more pajama pants. Maybe a couple extra pair. A lot of people want a really nice car. My goal is to not really need a car. Many people want to travel the world. I myself would like to reduce the perimeter in which I travel. I mean, I like to go see family, but that's about it. I'm serious. I'm a really boring person these days. If I manage to earn a lot of filthy fiat doing this, the cash is just going to pile up. Maybe the channel can get so big one day I'll get invited on Joe Rogan or The View. I'll wear a Cobra Commander hood like from G.I. Joe. All right, I'll stop dreaming for now. And I'm going to tell you the 6th made-up reason how you can stack gold and silver faster. Number 6, make a big goal. I gotta tell you, I got that first Centenario, and then I said, what if I could get 20 of these? And making the goal to get 20 of them just sounded ridiculous. I'm pretty sure I already told you my job sucks, money-wise, but I like the people and the low stress levels. I can wear my headphones at work. I can listen to podcasts, audiobooks, and I got the YouTube Premium so I can listen to people's videos with the screen off and no commercials. A job that allows me to do these things it's hard to give up. Nevertheless, I don't make much filthy fiat. But I made the big goal anyway, and surprisingly, it's kind of working out. Not even kinda. It is working out. Although, if a Centenario gets much more expensive, I'm going to have to rent out another room. Anyhow, if you're going to make a big goal, like stacking gold coins or something, here's what I suggest. Figure out what you can set aside each week or month, and consider what it is you want to buy, how many per year, and balance it out. Like right now, I know in order to get 2 Centenarios, I need to save $150 each week. And that's not impossible, but it's not the easiest thing for me. I used to only have to save $100. But it is doable. I actually have some of my close friends now stacking big gold coins as well. And their occupations are also not so great. But 2 of them just got a Centenario today. I'm telling you, when there's a will, there is a way. Oh, and it just dawned on me that I didn't say it in this video. I had said it yesterday. This is not my gold. I got about 6 ounces. I'm doing well, but not this well. Someone let me record these, so I was like, okay. It's about 80,000 bucks worth here. And quite a sight to behold. It's nice being part of a wealthy community. Oh, if you're new here and you're enjoying the content, why not join the wealthy community yourself? I'm here like almost every day. Hit that subscribe button for more, and you shall get more. All right, I should start to wrap this up. It's just hard to do it with all these beautiful coins to look at. This one here is kind of a stunner. I don't know much about it, though. I just know I like the gold. This is really amazing. Someone just sold all this gold, and someone already bought it. If you're kind of new to stacking and you're worried about getting a large gold coin, I hear people say all the time, if I bought it, who would buy it from me? There's a lot of people out there with money. Someone just sold all these, and someone just bought all these. That's it for the gold and silver. That's it. Thousandaire Radio, wicked shout. All right, I speculate on comic books, and it's working out. I gotta say, most of the things I speculate on work out. Am I smart? Just lucky? Or does inflation just make everything go up? Perhaps it's even a bit of all 3, minus the smart. I've been flipping graded comic books. And to be honest, I didn't think I'd be making sales this soon. But I have had like 3 or 4 successful sales. I really only expected to be mostly buying for the next year, 2 or 3. Anyhow, I bought these raw. I'm going to get them graded. I've yet to send some books to CGC. I think it takes about 6 months to get them back. I intend this to be a slow game. My goal for the comic books is to beat the bond market and to diversify my assets into fine art. Or at least as fine as it's going to get for me. I like the tangibles. I can hang them on my wall. I don't want to buy masterworks, fractional art pieces, or NFTs. Anyhow, I picked up the Lobo miniseries from 1990. I actually have all these books, most in high grade, except for number 4. The series goes 1 to 4. Oh, wow, check this out. I had one of these. I had that game, too. I think it came with it. I didn't play it that much. I think I just flipped it. I had some more fun things to do back then. I didn't have a Lynx in 1990, though. It's a few years later. I had bought this book back in June in a grade 9.6 for $42, and I just sold it for $175. And I got a stack of these. A stack of slabbed ones, that is. That's right, they slabbed the comic books just like the coins. They're even slabbing cereal boxes. Like old cereal boxes. I won't lie, I looked up Cookie Crisp. I didn't really eat a lot of Cookie Crisp, but I like the commercials. Anyway, I'm not buying slabbed cereal boxes. Not yet, at least. So I actually have 1 through 4, all slabbed 9.8s of this Lobo series. This is number 3. If I can get this in a 9.8, that would be great because I don't have a 9.8 newsstand. This is actually what I'm after right here, part 4. Sorry, I don't know what's up with the funny zooming. Says the guy that just edited the video. Anyhow, the highest grade I have for a part 4 is a 9.4, and it's not a newsstand. My goal is to have the whole miniseries, 1 through 4, all in a CGC 9.8 and all in newsstand edition. Not gonna lie, I just want to hang them on my wall, but I might sell them. Oh, and by newsstand edition, I mean the barcode on the bottom right. See how it has a barcode there? The ones with the barcode were on the rack, like in the gas stations, convenience stores, as opposed to the direct editions that showed up to the comic book shops. What's the appeal? The attrition rate is higher. Remember, this is the early 90s. I mean, I remember 7-Elevens where I'm playing Street Fighter 2 and there's cigarette burns in the buttons. Like, people are smoking in the store. And people would read them off the rack. Heck, even if you manage to get one in good shape, once you take it to the clerk usually tries to bend it up and throw it in a bag. Yeah, so compare that to the direct editions that showed up to the comic book shops, and the geeks quickly took care of them. They got bags to put them in, they got backboards to put in the bags, and they generally like to take care of the comics. They know they value them. The hoodlums at the gas stations, not so much. This is such a cool cover. I'm specking on James Gunn. I'm specking on Jason Momoa. I'm specking that Marvel is going down the Disney path like Star Wars did. So I kind of see the stars aligning for this really powerful DC character who hasn't really had a chance to be in the spotlight yet. At least not on the big screen. I think the world's ready for Lobo now. I think the world needs Lobo now. Such an awesome character. Definitely countercultural compared to the crap we've had for the past decade or so, which basically just made me want to keep my head in the sand, and before that, a bottle. I'm not really ambitious about having comic books graded. I'd rather just let others make attempts and go through the trial and error, because it's timely and costly, and if you don't get the grades that you intended, yeah, not so good. But again, I can't find number 3 newsstand edition CGC 9.8, and I can't find a 4 9.8 at all, nor a 4 in a newsstand edition 9.8. And maybe we can make that happen. But even if they come back as 9.6s and 9.4s, they are newsstand editions. The little adhesive plastics, they static to your hand. And when you're bagging a bunch of comics, it can really get annoying. I've almost got a workaround for it. Yeah, so if these come back as 9.4s or 9.6s, they're still newsstand editions. So I'll probably have more value than the CGC case, or slabbing them. It costs $27, I think, to slab a book. Plus, if you get it cleaned and pressed, it costs more. I think another $10 or so. But what are you gonna do? I need a 9.8, number 4, and number 3 newsstand edition, and there's none available anywhere. So we're gonna make it happen. And they're all gonna be really valuable. And if they're not really valuable in a couple years, you can just make fun of me. Because I don't delete videos. I want my entire imperfect journey documented. To err is human. And I am human after all. So very, very human. I got lucky with this order. These are all in great condition, except number 1 kind of has a dent in it, but I think it can be pressed out. Not that I care. I have so many high-grade ones in slabs. If you enjoyed the comic book stuff after the credits, let me know in the comments below. And tell me what comics you like. All right, friendo, I'll see you tomorrow.